Kendall with the Farmer Johnson YouTube channel here. The field you see behind me is the field that we land leveled in previous videos. We took this giant land plane that you see right here and we ran over this field a couple times. Since then, it has rained on this field. Some of those roots and tree branches that from the trees we cleared out have come back to the surface. So we got the skid loader out here running right now. He's picking up some of the bigger stuff. Then we're gonna bring a disc up here, disc this down again, and then we'll probably land level it again. And then it should be finished off and it should be totally done at that point in time. Gary is running the skid loader right here. You've seen him. And then way over here on the other side of this soybean field, there was another set of tree lines that we tore out. And Colby is over there disking that right now. And once Colby gets done over there, he's gonna come over here, disc this. And then I'm gonna take this 620 with a land leveler and I'm gonna head over there, land level that down, get it all smooth. But in the meantime, while I am waiting on them to do their deal, Dad and Trevor are up here working on our 963 track loader. We had, it wouldn't be the drive motor, it would be the whole hub assembly failed in it, and it's just been sitting here on a jack ever since then. Way over there, they're moving the traco over there to where the bins are at. Cody's working on moving all the equipment out with the drag, and then Colby's over there disking. You can see the 500. It's not an actual disc, we just got a speed disc hooked up to it. That should do enough chopping, right? Hopefully, I don't know. The 2-speed Bobcat is putting in some work, baby. The old hub that we took off, this whole piece on the end was all floppy and it was flopping back and forth on here, and I think that caused this to chew the edge out on this roller right here, just because the whole back sprocket was just flopping all over the drive sprocket. I don't know what all is on the inside of that, but there was a lot that failed inside of it. I'm gonna start walking this thing all the way over to where you see that open spot over there. Got a path through the beans here. This was mainly so we didn't have to load the track loaders and tracos and all that stuff back up and move it around. Cut down this path over here and it goes to a driveway that runs all the way back here. So didn't end up having to run over too many beans. Back blades are carrying way too much dirt on this thing. Like, look at that. That one's just all kinds of piled up. I've never really messed with the depth all that much on this, but I think there's a jam Yeah, this is it right here. Let's see. Move that and let's bring this out a good little bit. Something like so. We'll try that. These are huge machines, but they are honestly pretty fragile. The 620 on this thing is way super overkill. Like, big time overkill. You pull that thing in half if you get it loaded up with too much dirt. So we're gonna try to not tear it in half today. It's been a couple days since hold on one second. It's been a couple days since I had the camera on. I've basically just been working on this same piece for, I don't know if today's the 3rd day I've been working on it or the 4th day. Pretty much all of this over there and all of that back there, I've hit with this land leveler at minimum 2 times. There's a lot of spots over there and over here that I've hit 3 and 4 and 5 times. This piece I'm working on right now, I'm working on it for the 3rd time, and I'm gonna go over part of it at least for the 4th time, maybe even a 5th time. There's a couple swallies right through here that are way deeper than they need to be, and I'm just trying to fill them in just a little bit more, get a better job. As you can see, I've really worked this ground over. It's just powder. The stuff is like flowing like water pretty much. It's really weird watching dirt roll off the blade like it is. It's just so powdery that you can't carry that much of it. It just flows off. There is surprisingly still a decent little bit of moisture in this. I don't know if that's just because there was grass and weeds standing on this piece up until the other day when we disked it down so I could land level it, but the ground has held a decent bit of moisture, which is kind of nice. Come and hit this one more time. We disked it down yesterday, so yeah, it's officially done now. I think we're done land leveling. It is quite dusty, as you can see, just sitting everywhere. Need a rain on this. A rain will make it look rough. There'll be sticks back to the surface everywhere, but at least the holes are filled in. Now I'm gonna head back to the shop and see what's going on there, see if I can help rebuild some sickles for the corn head or the bean heads, and maybe finish changing some oil. I'm losing my headset, it's slowly falling off here, but oh, there we go. But yeah, go back to the shop and see if I can help rebuild some sickles for the bean heads and maybe finish changing the oil on the corn head gearboxes. Maybe. See if I can do that. This is what I've been working on in my barn here lately, and I haven't been filming it because it is something I really struggle with, and I'm not good at it at all. I've really been struggling. It would be really hard to film it and struggle through this process. But I'm working on wiring right now. I got 4 lights wired up. Got 8 more to go. There's going to be a total of 12 of these lights in here, which I think they will light it up pretty well. I don't know what the lights are or anything like that. I got them off of Facebook Marketplace. They were 30 bucks a piece, which I think is a pretty killer deal. So far, they have all worked. But yeah, wiring is not my strong suit. Before this job right here, I think I've wired up one light switch and one outlet plug ever. Before I started the other night, I thought that the white wire was supposed to be your hot wire. So I'm definitely learning a lot in the process, but I'm struggling along the way. This is everything I've done so far. So from the breaker box over to here, I got my wire running over to here, into my light switch, and then we're coming out, back up, and then we're going to all the lights. I thought about it for a while, and I was gonna wire everything up on 2 switches and the gravel side be separate from the concrete side. But the more I got to thinking about it, I'm like, how often do you walk into a building and just turn on half of the lights? So I'm going ahead and wiring everything up on 1 switch, because odds are whenever I walk out here at night and I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna have all the lights on. You never just turn one on. But we are gonna run a separate light switch for the lights in the lean-to. I haven't even started working on that right now. I'm not gonna put these lights in the lean-to just because I don't want lights that the birds can start building nests on and stuff like that. The breaker box, nothing is actually wired up really final over here. It's all just wired in right now. Really, really rough, just hanging. I'm hoping by the time I do all the wiring on the lights and outlet plugs and stuff like that, I'm hoping I'm really, really good and I can make it look like really, really nice, is what I'm hoping. Maybe I'm totally wrong and it'll still look awful by the time I'm done, but I hope not. 2 days ago when I first started wiring on the lights here in the barn, just in the evening and stuff, like just to show how bad I was, like this is what I was cutting off as like excess. Since then, we have dialed it back and we've gotten better and better and better to where like we're getting to the point where we're really not wasting like hardly anything. Like here's some of the pieces that I cut off of this last light I did. Like we're not wasting any product here. We're getting it dialed. I'm not saying it's like kosher and I could wire your house, but we're getting by. We're learning a lot, watching a lot of YouTube videos. So thank you to everyone doing how-to YouTube videos. To a semi-wreck right now with Zach's Towing and Recovery. Bob is already on scene, I think. I don't know much information. I know it's a semi-wreck, and I think there's a bunch of I-beams that are all twisted and mangled up. It's me and Cody driving here. We're in one of Zach's rollbacks. We got a New Holland. You can't see it, but we got a telehandler on the bed behind us. Zach is bringing his big rotator. This is not the record that we went and picked up for him that was in Orlando, Florida. If you watch that video, he's not bringing that record, but big rotator. So I don't know what to expect. I don't know what the scene of the accident looks like. And to be frank, I don't know where we're even headed right now. But hopefully all them questions will be answered soon. not as bad as I thought it was. Couple I-beams. I don't know how many of them. Look flying here. We got here, we haven't used the rotator yet. It's hanging out over there. Bob just had his going. There was a couple of these, I don't know, moon-shaped bent I-beams that slid off the trailer. I guess it looks like to me the truck wasn't ready for the red light, and he locked up the brakes a little bit too hard, didn't have the load secured properly, and a couple of these I-beams let loose. We got them all off the road, off the truck. I think what we're doing right now is we're getting the truck off the highway onto this little side street right through here, and we are gonna load these I-beams back up on the truck. I don't know if we're gonna use the 50-ton here or the rotator, but where we're sitting here is the main highway. Need to ask this state patrolman here if this gets me out of a ticket. Got 3 beams still to load here. 2 right there, 1 over there. We got 2 loaded so far. It's going pretty good. We're going with this inside outside method like these other ones are. .36. We got 1 more beam to throw on here, and we'll be out. Look at that stack job, fresh. You can't even tell this was done on the side of the highway. The driver told Zach he wanted them stacked up the same way they were, and Zach said, "What? Laying through the sleeper?" He didn't find it funny. He had a bad night, but luckily no one was hurting us. It could have been a lot worse. A lot worse than 6 beams laying on the road. Getting the load secured here. We went ahead and added 2 chains with binders to tie all of them rounded I-beams together so they are bound together, and then he's got all the straps going over them. So, state patrolman kind of inspecting the truck right now. This is just me talking. I kind of think it's gonna be red tagged. Hauled tires, suspension's blown out. It's not a good deal. I don't know what's gonna happen here. They might end up having to tow it back, but we got the loads on there. Driver got it secured. So I don't know what the plan is from here. Not a good deal. Truck got called out of service. They're backing up to this gas station here. He is not allowed to run it anymore. Telehandler's loaded up. Didn't use the rotator. We were just here in case if we needed it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's out of service and they're backing him into the Marathon.